Yeah, that was NIP versus Unique, and also Viking GG versus Empire. So yeah, Viking GG did it
Yeah.
in game number 2 with Rubik Underlord, and NIP also did Rubik Underlord yesterday, and they also won. So both teams losing against Underlord, and now Empire picking it for themselves.
And we have to remember
Equals
as well that
winning hero?
GPK. Sorry, say that again.
I was just saying equals winning hero.
True. Yeah. We have to remember that GPK is a big Tiny player as well, by the way. So it doesn't have to be the support Tiny. I think it's more likely to be GPK's hero.
By the looks of it, yeah. They want to have that flex pick, then definitely Tiny would be the one that's either 2 or 4.
Because the Phoenix can play 4 or 5 as well. I think they're opening a Phoenix Tiny. They've got 2 of the strongest heroes going at the moment.
Does
They've had
BCC
to
play
bun.
Phoenix?
I would imagine so. Yeah.
Kind of suits his play style, I guess. But we'll see. That could still be a 4 Phoenix, and then the Tiny might just be the core. I mean, I think with GPK, we're gonna have to wait until like the 24th pick or 23rd pick, even in this case for them, because it just might be a Kunkka, and Empire's like, all right, we're gonna pick a troll into that. We'll see.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
will
story
say
here.
though as well that I think this Phoenix hero is really good against Underlord with the Sunray because it's percentage based damage. Underlord's not mobile, so if you're able to freely channel a full Sunray onto Underlord, he takes so much damage. He's probably gonna have to go Hood this game against Phoenix Tiny, but he still has to be really wary of that. And they don't have any egg hitters at the moment either on Empire, which is a little bit of a worry for me.
Yeah, I agree on the Hood. Thank God you didn't say Pipe, because I've heard from so many sources that Pipe is not even good as compared to Mechanism. Since Mech doesn't give you magic resistance, but Mechanism is still more worth to the money value ratio compared to Pipe. Pipe is just horrible for many pro players. So like, if you see a full magical team, you will get it because your team needs it. But it's not worth for the money that it costs right now.
And it sucks so much because it has a 1,200 gold recipe now. It's so expensive.
Yeah, that's almost a Hood that you could just buy. Almost a Hood.
Love this pick. So Empire, they go with the they go with the Snapfire to have the option of killing the egg, right?
Yep.
But now the Void comes out, they have really good damage to put into the Chrono with the Snapfire Kisses. They have the Underlord with the Firestorm, that's Fade Bolt and everything as well. But I think this Witch Doctor is going to make Underlord's game so miserable in the laning stage. If they pick any kind of carry hero here that has any killing potential with the Witch Doctor, this Underlord is going to be so sad, like the whole game. Because Maledict, like Witch Doctor Phoenix, is going to make his hero awful. I think Mars is really good here for Unique still.
Could be. I also kind of feel like if Unique went for Drow, like Drow Witch Doctor, Rubik might be a bully, but those will definitely destroy Underlord. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. I don't mind the Drow. Obviously, the lane's really good. My worry is that they have good gap close with the Void. But if they get their tempo going this game, the Gust is really good against Void. Like, obviously, he's going to have to build a relatively early BKB to deal with it. But yeah, their laning stage looks so strong at the moment on Unique.
They also do kind of rely on their laning stage to go well, because many times when we discuss, not just you and me, but overall, like when we're talking through drafts, I can see that, oh man, these guys have so much potential, and then they show none of that potential in like the first 6-7 minutes. Either because of the way it rolls out, or if they make a lot of mistakes, or if the opponent's team that is supposed to be the underdog in the early game are actually playing it just phenomenally well, like zero mistakes, nothing, just just playing their game and punishing them in a surprising way. But I would have to say that right now, with the Witch Doctor Drow, they're very weak if Rubik gets to punish a lot. Snapfire can rotate early on. So if you have like Rubik, Snap, and Underlord as a trio, maybe even just Rubik and Snapfire in the off lane, that would be great to see. Maybe even aggro tri-lane with the Void against the Drow and put Underlord to solo the lane. Now that there's a Slardar, so this is definitely going to be a mid-tiny now.
I think they're going to lose both their side lanes.
Empire really needed a strong laner, and H's Prophet is exactly that.
I think they're going to lose both their side lanes really hard. They're putting the Nature's Prophet against the Drow.
Smart choice.
Okay, I can get behind that much
Smart
more.
choice.
That's fine. Yeah, that's a good good swap up.
Sunlight Underlord.
Yeah, so he's gonna play, but he's gonna play mid Underlord against Tiny, which is absolutely fine.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause Tiny has no armor either, so you trade really well against him.
Yeah,
As the Underlord.
and then this leaves that Underlord doesn't have to fight against a super hard lane. Like,
Yes.
smart decision making from Empire.
I was going to say, because their side lanes looked an absolute disaster if they picked a mid hero there. So instead, they picked the Nature's Prophet. They put it against the Drow. I think they should be fine. I still prefer Unique's draft overall, though. I think there's a lot of pressure on the Nature's Prophet to get a huge amount done this game. But I look at the heroes on Empire, and I think GPK is just going to have an absolute field day. He like Tiny with a +1, and everybody's dead. It doesn't matter who it is.
When's the last time you had a field day?
Field day.
Yeah.
I can't say I often run through fields. Not allowed at the moment. Stay indoors all times.
Yeah, that is very true. That's a good answer.
That make a big mess.
Also started looking at my own physical shape, and also my so to say my shoulders and my back and everything. I was like, all right, I need to start taking care of my not my body, but just like my everything, my physical health, my mental health, and everything. You know, like sports is good. But yeah, since the last time I've had a field day, or like overall like going on a trip somewhere in the countryside or whatever, it's been too long. All right, so we got Underlord versus Tiny, Slardar up against Snapfire, faces Void. And by the looks of it, Rubik Nature's Prophet. I like the Rubik Nature's Prophet lane a lot.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's 4 range heroes down in this bot lane, right? So it should be interesting. I was going to say, they do have the cast glow for the Nature's Prophet trees, which is... It's not great, but it's okay. Because they get stunned for ages, right? Which is nice. But it goes the other way in the sense that the trees soak up the cast bounces in fights. I think this top lane should go really heavily favoured towards Radiant's side. I feel like this Void should struggle in the laning stage. Like with this constant damage and poke coming through from the Slardar and the Phoenix. But the problem is he can always time walk off the Bash of the Deep from the Slardar because the stun duration isn't long enough.
Yeah, I can get behind that. Snapfire is decent with keeping Unique's heroes away in this top lane. The Void doesn't really sync that well with the Snapfire because Snap wants to fight, but Void doesn't that much, and especially when there's these 2 big bullies here, Phoenix and Slardar.
You've seen Phoenix's starting items as well. He's going to click so hard.
Oh yeah. Is it going to build that crown into?
Coming out now.
Going to see a Rod Phoenix?
No, it'll be the hammer. Sorry.
Hammer. Oh yeah, the meteor hammer. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it could be Veil. Actually, that's a good point. There's no reason it couldn't be Veil either. But I think the hammer's the go-to at the moment.
They are very physical heavy though. On each side. I guess if they want to combo with Tiny's nuke, then the Veil would be really good.
It's spell damage, remember, as well. So it works from the Witch Doctor. It works from the Phoenix. It works from the Tiny.
Just trying to look at what is their scaling, basically. Would they benefit more from physical or have that early magical damage advantage? Especially on Tiny, like the Tiny nuke is so much. Have the Veil for him. He will easily blow up even the sturdiest of targets, like Nature's Prophet might even go down. We talked about stat gain. I actually talked about it in the previous game, that NP has one of the craziest stat gains ever. 3.7 in 3.6 agi, 2.6 strength. So much damage, a lot of attack speed, a lot of HP. You can make this hero into a very tanky range hero, which is quite unheard of and very uncommon in the Dota scene, that you have a range hero who is almost impossible to take down because of all the armor and the HP that they have.
Yeah. I mean, this Nature's Prophet's doing so well bot lane already as well. He has 5 denies, and I'm pretty sure they've all been on creeps and not on trees.
Hasn't really been denying his own trees, at least by the looks of it. So he's doing great. While Tiny seems to be doing great in mid. The Lords also packed up a decent amount of CS, so this is just 2 heroes farming. I guess they won't be really trading against each other. So I'm really surprised to look at what kind of item choices they're actually going to go for with the early minutes here. You see the Soul Ring for Underlord, so he's got himself that base HP regen kicking in. And he's able to spam his spells, kind of rotate between mid and the jungle camps with Firestorm. Tiny will basically do quite the same, but he's actually going for boots right away. So we might see some Tiny rotations.
Yeah, so the Tiny build at the moment is to just go like stick, phase boots, blink from mid. You just run around and kill people.
Yeah.
The supporters are going to have to be super careful with their positioning this game because they have potential to just die so quickly at the start here. These side lanes, after this switch up in the draft though, picking this Nature's Prophet last, are going so much better for the Dire side than they would have. So, like, look how many denies between them they have on the Dire side already. It's 15. At 3 minutes into the game, obviously some of them are trees, but a lot of them aren't.
Still Drow's keeping up with the same amount of CS as the Nature's Prophets, 13 and 11. He's killing some of his own treants now. I used to call the treants Trents.
Free advertising for Trent.
But that's just the Finnish equivalent of pronouncing. Because we would say treants, they're like treant. So it's almost like Trents.
They have so many denies on Dire already. This is insane, honestly. So the XP graph like? It's actually not that bad.
Shachlo has his lane in a very perfect spot right now, so Vanskor actually gets to pull. Rubik's just observing. You need to do much. He might actually just rotate towards mid, just like Vanskor. The battle for the action rune will kick off. Tiny has an empty bottle, so definitely GPK would love to have that. And score 2 points in Maledict. He will win this trade, and he will push Rubik all the way out. Ooh. So he will secure that for himself. But the action rune is actually top for a regen, and denied by Eknard.
He's going to give his life away for it, though.
This might be first blood. There we go. GPK grabs it. No regen, no bottle filling, but at least a kill.
Yeah, GPK will easily give away the regen rune there to get a first blood. A lot of gold income for him. Void top lane as well. He's getting really low. I love that from Unique though. As soon as the Snapfire TP's mid, the Slardar just instantly goes on the Void.
I didn't really watch top there at all. I just saw the last right click come in, but he had his time walk off cooldown, or then it just was like a millisecond.
Yeah, it just came off cooldown at the end.
All right. 500 bounties in 10 seconds. EK already moving away from mid, allowing Sunlight to grab that wave freely. Gonna get a bottle fill. And Tiny also rotating towards top, so this is a good timing for him. Eknard, will he be surprised by this rotation as GPK? Illusion's already driving him out. Icarus dive. Lightless is already reading something. GPK is here, and he arrives. The avalanche, and it's gonna be enough. Illusion with the ticks from the Fire Spirits will be enough for him. But that rotation pays off.
GPK's going to go and take the other bounty rune as well. It's a nice little movement from him across the map there. Gets 2 bounties, secures a kill.
And score in 19, trying to harass Rubik with a tiny bit of a pull. Gets the catapult, gets 1 creep away. But they will instantly return back to the lane as 19 actually grabs the CS from that big bird. Oslo, they're trying to put some pressure in. Forcing them all the way behind. That Fate Bolt doesn't actually hit the Drow. It only connects on the Witch Doctor. Catapult is hitting the tower, but they're glyphing it. They are pinging it too, realizing that, yep, this is the plan. They are using that glyph to keep that catapult alive. There's movement in mid. DPK picks up a DD rune, so let's see if they make anything happen there. Meanwhile, in top, there's another fight going on. BZZ very low on HP. 200 remaining. Lightless, does he get a bash? No. No kill on the Slardar.
Yeah, you have to go for the play there though, with the time walking. Hopefully you get a bash, see what happens. What are the levels like on the supports? So Rubik's 3.5, Snapfire's 3 and a bit, Phoenix is 4 and Witch Doctor's 4. So okay, so the big thing for me is when the Radiant side, when they hit their level 6s on their supports, it's really important they make things happen as soon as they can. Because they have 2 really big ults that they can make plays around with the Egg and the Death Ward. So, like, yes, this laning stage hasn't gone great for them because of this switcher at the end, but they can still make these plays happen when they hit their timings.
Well, what do you think about the CIS department? Triple lead for Empire. 33 denies. Wait, 38 denies in total. A couple of them obviously treants, but 38 to what? Maybe 15, 16? Almost
I mean, the one that
triple.
surprises me is this top lane. I thought the Sada would do a little bit better, but Eknart got some really good pulls off early on to allow the Void to get some safe farm.
Yeah, he's doing a decent job here.
Cookie,
They're going to use the
top lane.
cookie on BZZ. Joshlo's already taken down by GPK with a DD rune rotation towards bottom. Witch Doctor's also very low on HP. Ooh. Manages to walk out, so he lives. And they won't find a kill in top. Nature's Prophet exactly die. Alright, so yeah, that was just GPK just walking in with the combo. But they got the Witch Doctor to safety, and he's just going to stack a camp before he walks back home. Support efficiency.
What's Sunlight? Sunlight's going 8 or something on the Underlord. Okay, they see the regen top as well, so the Tiny's going to be able to go and take that one.
I like the double root when there's Phoenix and Slardar. And Slardar is taking a heavy amount of damage here. Looks like an NP ult also connected right on top of him, because he did lose like 70% of his HP as Snapfire and Faces Void do the right clicking. Chrono is up too, so he's level 7 with Chrono. Didn't have to use it yet. But that's important XP for the Snapfire, because Snap is getting closer to level 6, so I would love to use that Chrono with Mortimer's Kisses. So every kill where Snapfire is taking part is important, because he's already died twice and Granny's burning. Trying to get out of the way. Phoenix will keep on dotting him. GPK very close there, but Snapfire's faster for some reason. There's a root from Sunlight. Lightless coming into. Seiyu's here. They've got their entire team except for Nature's Prophet, but they can't get to this Phoenix, and there's no Icarus dive, but they can't get to him.
I dislike that they're not just using Chrono for kills right now. Like, it doesn't matter who you kill, just get somebody, because this Chrono's been on cooldown ever since he hit level 6.
Just use it, lol. Easy. Chasing
Just
Eknart.
use it.
Tries the dive and might actually find a kill. There's the bash and the stun. He doesn't get the stun off, though. He finally gets it rooted up. Eknart lives with 30 HP, but he finally gets burnt down by Illusion. But it's a kill for Lightless, and Snapfire stays alive for the kill, so Snap's almost level 5. Mid GPK going on to the Rubik, and Rubik's gone. And he was thinking about
the Rubik with the ward he has on the high ground, so he just instantly runs in, and he's like, oh, hello. Nice to see you.
10-minute bounties. Seconds away. They are putting pressure into this topside jungle. Vanscore gonna walk right past Nature's Prophet.
The bounty rune, though.
But GPK will get the bounty. Well, that's a bottle fill. Wow.
He's so close to his blink now as well on GPK.
Illusion Icarus dived through the Pit of Malice to grab the haste rune. Shouldn't the Phoenix just stop when he gets rooted?
No, because Kakar. That's my argument, good sir.
All right.
Denying Squawk.
Denying Squawk.
Wisp and Phoenix voice lines are the best, honestly. It's like denying beeps and denying Squawk. Can you imagine the developers are like, dude, guys, what the hell do we do for the voice lines on these heroes? One smart guy's like, I have a plan. Triumphant Squawk. They're like, oh yeah.
I mean, some of the best ideas come when you're really tired, or just laughing at some really ridiculous stuff, and you're like, all right, that's actually a pretty good idea. You can, like, I think the best things with audio is when you start messing things around with like your mixer table and start trying out all these effects and stuff, and then you start adding effects on top of effects, and then you end up sounding like Pudge.
I get you.
Yeah, Pudge doesn't have any effects in his voice line. The voice actor himself is just brilliant. I was like, that's probably my favorite. What's actually your favorite voice line? Because my favorite voice line is from Pudge, like, oh, look who's coming for dinner.
I like the Dark Willow voice line. It really annoys me, but I think it's hilarious. All the Dark Willow lines.
What kind of accent does Willow actually have?
It's the Scottish. I think it's a Scottish lady that does it, and she's really good.
Because I kind of get that feeling that it's kind of like a a Scottish Romanian. So you've got like this a tiny bit of this Eastern Bloc voice, and then you have the Scot added in together. Valeska in this game, though. The game will continue as we're 10 minutes in. 62 for Unique. Edworth is very even right now. As you can see, Tiny is leading, and the triple follow-up by Empire.
I was going to say, what I want to say about this game is that basically the Underlord has been farming non-stop, right? With his Firestorm just pushing waves in, whatever. But Phoenix gets 2 creeps to the Fire Spit, nice. He's the same level as the Tiny, because Tiny's just been running around and killing people non-stop.
Tiny's coming in again. Eknard gets the cookie to save Sunlight, but he is gonna die in his stead. Maledict takes quite hard, and GPK delivers the slap.
Now he's 50 gold off Blink on the Tiny, and they have to be really worried now, I think, on Empire. But when this Tiny gets Blink, they have to be so careful about where they're moving on the map. Where did Witch Doctor did he just die to the tower? I think he was trying to keep the catapult alive and he died for it.
Might have been, yeah. Though that's not a bad idea. They even tossed the catapult on the tower for extra building damage. GPK 500 HP. Cookie coming in. Shotslow's right behind you. An illusion. Does he pop the egg? Does he pop the egg? There's the egg. And BCC very low on HP, but they're just gonna easily focus on an illusion is gone, and BCC on the run. And there comes Witch Doctor. Frozen is Maledict. Frozen the ulti on Seiyu, and here's the Mortimer's kisses. Say hello to Granny.
Did you see that from the Rubik? He TP'd back to base and instantly bought a Fairy Fire and consumed it straight away, which made him survive the Maledict.
Didn't have time to look at that. But he lived.
That was cute. Yeah, really nice rotation. I don't know why you can never use egg next to the Snapfire, but when it's level 1 egg, because it takes 6 hits. Lil Shredder has 6 shots. It just dies straight away.
I think that's the feeling that he had when he saw BCZ show up. Is like, okay, I have protection. I'm just gonna drop it here, and instant reaction from Empire, like, oh no, not today.
But he has this Blink on the Tiny now. I don't know if they have a smoke on the Witch Doctor. They might want to use it. Okay, they do. But there's a smoke from the Dire as well at the same time. And he has level 4 Avalanche on Rubik. It's so good.
And with that previous fight, they just want to go in again. A 19 is the target, and there's the Root coming in. But a really good silence as well. Vanscore, BCC, GPK, can they save their Drow? They're coming in to save 19. He's still got 200 HP, and he's out of there. Illusion and everybody rest. The rest of Unique are coming into the rescue. They take Seiyu, they take Sunlight, they take Eknart. And 50 HP on this guy. Drow lives through the Nature's Prophet ulti. And are we going to see a teleport from Shotchlo? This is the big question. You can see Drow's already farming the jungle camp, suspecting that he might actually TP. No, he's not going to go for it. Even to finish the fresh Orchid, but no, you're not going to go for it. So good from Unique.
Really, really well played by 19 himself, though, I think. Because if that initial gust doesn't go off, then he dies. Like 100%, right? Because he delays it long enough before they can get their spells off on the Dire. He manages to survive, but they also get the 3 kills.
Yeah. Wait, is it 19 or 19?
It's probably easy to just say 19.
Yeah, I'm just questioning myself here.
Technically, it's 19. But
teleport coming in bottom. Illusion dives away. All right. It's fine.
Yeah, I think he saw the Prophet there on the dive. Like TPing in. So he knows that they're looking for him now. And there is an Orchid on the Prophet as well, so they have to be really careful now on the Radiant side.
I think the NP actually revealed the Orchid by farming that top wave and seeing him teleport down, so definitely someone of his teammates called him that, go dive, just get away. GPK smoked up, picks up an Invis, has that Blink Dagger, which he really wants to use.
He's actually going Blade Mail next on the Prophet as well, which I really like this game. It's hard for Radiant to ever commit to him when he has Blade Mail on. Like Tiny, for example, can't jump him when the Blade Mail's active. Otherwise, the Tiny's just going to take so much damage in return as well.
And score very deep behind enemy lines. Put himself a very good Obs ward here down on the low ground, which all the activity going on in mid, all the rotations, somebody farming the camp, because GPK is here. Shotchlo. Well, if you look at their point of view, the only hero they see is BZZ very deep in the lane and nobody else. An Illusion has been spotted, but Sunlight unable to catch him. Eknard He's got
Prophet
no
TPing
ward,
bot.
so they're definitely looking for a Phoenix kill.
Yeah, he's just baiting it out over and over again, isn't he?
But to no avail. Nobody there.
He does almost have the hammer, we have to say, on the Phoenix, though. So, he's really tanky in terms of how much raw HP he has. It's just, the only reason he has armor at the moment is because he's under a tier 2 tower, so...
And score. Oh, interesting cookie there from Eknart. Only the range
Easily
creep
might
was
be
the
in
other way
trouble,
around.
top lane here. They have the
He
Aegis
has
as well
stayed
on the
here for
underlord.
quite a long time. Silenced, rooted up. He's gonna get rooted again by the Malice.
He's really tanky, though.
Is 1600 HP. Drum charges, Guardian sprint. Vanscore finally taken out of play, and Eknart also dead. A maledict kill.
He just traces life 1 for 1. It's whatever, right? I will say Lightless, though, is farming really well on this Void. He has the Midas as well to work with. He's going to have the Manta not soon, but at an okay timing. I feel like this Tiny has to be doing more. Like he's playing really well in terms of getting all the active runes and things and trying to make plays on the map. But nobody's connecting with him. Like Phoenix is just sitting bot lane because he's pushing out the dead lane. And the Tiny really wants to play with the Slardar, but it's really awkward for GPK at the moment.
NP is also just waiting for someone to show up somewhere, and they know that Tiny has Blink. I think this is also a difficulty for GPK, is that he wants to make plays. He hasn't really been farming that much. He's just been running back and forth all this time. Now he has a haste rune. He's finally got himself an advantage to use for himself. And Shotchlow will reveal himself. GPK, does he go for it? Walks past the wave. Clears it out. Shotchlow still under the tower. Empire's got heroes moving towards bottom. They've got 4 players there now. Still can't get... Another haste rune for nothing. They are farming. I guess they want to set up with their Drow instead of the Tiny just going for single pickoffs. I think they want to play around the Drow.
Yeah.
Obviously, you would love to see Tiny make plays, but he's not doing them. But he's probably doing it for a reason.
They want the Drow to play with the Slardar for the big physical damage increase on the Drow with the Corrosive Haze, and they want the Tiny to play with the Witch Doctor because they have so much burst potential between the two. But this whole time, Empire are just playing bot lane and they're pushing the tier 2 in. Yes, they kill Eknart mid, but it really doesn't matter. Like, they're losing their tier 2 here, and this Underlord can now TP top, I think, or Dark Rift if he wants to, and they just try and defend this top tier 2.
Casting it yet. Meteor Hammer will be dropped on top of the glyph. Meek still here with 5 heroes.
Let this go.
Granny
I guess they're not set up and ready.
Yeah, Granny's up in 10 seconds. I guess they really want to have that with the Chronosphere, so they're going to trade the towers. So that means that Eknart is a free kill for Unique because it is a tower trade. Otherwise, that would have been a brilliant trade for Empire, that they just give Snaps life in mid, they get the bot tower, and they get to hold their tier 2 in top. That doesn't happen. Dewarding Vision, Illusion right next to Eknart. Sunlight wants to go in. Is revealed. Meteor Hammer into mid. Sunlight is now going in. He throws the Pit of Malice. Illusion is too far away. Vanscore in from the back. They've got BCZ coming in from the back as well. Nature's Prophet can always teleport to the fight if that's the case, right? And using a scan, they see the Snapfire. So they are... Look at their positioning. Drow is definitely ready to fight now with just a Hurricane Pike.
She's they want to keep playing top half of the map as well because they want to play around the Roche. So you gotta just keep like shoving this mid lane in. You see they're walking between top and mid lane trying to shove these lanes in. And both teams are just skipping
BCZ
away.
coming in. They got the Corrosive Haze. The stun connects onto the Underlord. They got the Maledict as well. Lightless coming in with the Chrono. He catches 2 inside it. Mortimer's Kisses to try to burn down that Slardar, but Slardar taking a lot of damage and he's not even going down. And Lightless is gonna fall as well on the egg in the middle of the fight. They can't get to it, can they? They destroy the egg. At least it's a 2-for-2 trade. And GPK, he's forced away. The Slardar also really low on HP. They use that Chrono to try and kill the Slardar, but they couldn't. Now they're turning around and they can find the Eknart as well. And BZZ coming back in with 400 HP, knowing that they can't do much against him. The bash comes out. The tree will land on top. And 19 throwing in the shots and the arrows connect. It's a triple kill and a lag pause from Vanscore. But Empire, they got the Chrono on 2. They used every single Mortimer's Kisses on Slardar, and he's still there on the field.
Yeah, the problem is they used the Chrono while the Sunray was already starting to go onto the Slardar. So he's just constantly getting this heal through. And the Gust came through onto the Void after the Chrono, and he just dies. Because he has no Purge for the Gust yet. And my problem with this Manta build on the Void is that he's going to go Manta, and then he's going to realize at some point he needs a BKB as well. So he's not going to be doing damage for a long time this game. Because I think he's going to have to go BKB second. Well,
Yeah.
I think you just keep the casual Yasha, build the BKB now, and then go back for a damage item afterwards. Like, you can always go S and Y late game if you really want to, but I think if he doesn't get BKB, this game's really hard against the Tiny and the Witch Doctor still, even if he's, like, it's good against the Gust. And then if you force to go Manta BKB, it feels really bad, because you're not going to kill anybody quickly enough in Chrono because of the Sunray.
Yeah. And there's going to be difficulties arising, at least. Empire still have very good scaling heroes towards like the later parts of the game. So I guess if they just win one good team fight with the use of the Chrono, then yeah, they're still in. They're completely not out of this game. Drow also kind of hits a barrier at some point where it feels like, yeah, I'm doing a lot of damage, but I keep dying all the time. But right now, 19 Teen is like 304, so he hasn't been killed. He's been farming a lot. He's leading net worth even above the Midas Faces Void, which is big for Drow. But there's going to be a point in the game where the Faceless Void is just going to be stronger than the Drow Ranger is if the Void takes a 1v1 with her.
Yeah, of course. But that's like such a... I don't think you can ever think about it like that, though. Obviously, Void scale is better than Drow, but there's so many other things this game. Like, Drow's damage gets amped by the Slardar, for example, as well, right?
Yeah, very much by that.
The Void has to be really careful.
What I'm interested in here is they're not going straight for Roche. They could have actually gone for it. There's no Chrono. There's no Mortimer's Kisses. There's no NP ult.
He wants the rune here on the Tiny. There's no way...
Oh, GPK got it.
The Knight heals though from the Tiny.
Okay. Well, okay, they're gonna get the Tiny in the end, but yeah, Seiyu just basically telekinesis the GPK on top of the bounty rune just before the toss went off, so he picked up the bounty mid-toss.
Telekinesis.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was well played. I mean, you could see though, as soon as it turned to daytime, he has vision of the Tiny straight away, because he has on the high ground. So, yeah, really well played by Seiyu. They need... A problem with this die lineup at the moment is the Nature's Prophet's gone for a very, like, single target focused build with his Orchid. They have no team items on the lineup at the moment. And so where there's so much burst damage on the Radiant side, they don't have any kind of like save in their lineup, right? So if somebody gets gone on, they really struggle to protect that hero.
Well, they get the Aegis done now, so 19 Teen with the Aegis picked up 21 minutes in. Bit of security for Unique's next team fight. Push might be coming in. Let's see if they actually want to push mid first before bottom, because from bottom they could get a tier 1 and a tier 2. They are smoking up. There's Sunlight.
They have the level 2 egg now as well. So.
Sunlight very deep in. Do they see him? It's just outside of vision. Still outside of vision. They can't see. Now they saw him. But is it too late? Who's going in first? Yeah, they're afraid. They're turning around.
They don't want the Underlord first, though. If he's by himself, it's fine. But when he runs up that high ground there, you have to just be like, okay, we can't do that.
Yeah, if they would have caught the Underlord somewhere around here, then yeah, they would have still gone for it. They might have had the time to kill him and then have the focus for the rest. But Chrono is up once again, and Empire, they are holding the high ground position. They are ready to fight. It's down to Unique. Do they want to so-called sacrifice their Aegis on going onto the high ground? It can go badly. Scan on top of the Dire. Smoke from Empire. BZZ. Smoke's been popped. Lightless spots him as well. They're coming in from the left side. They get the D wards out. And Tiny just reveals the rest of them. And Sunlight, well, yep, once again, very difficult to go on this Underlord when the rest are right next to him. But there is an open gap here in this choke point. And they're just going to cross it. They're just going to keep moving the battlefield onward and onward. BZZ gets vision on the Snapfire. Eknard's got to be careful. Minus 15 armor. Nachlo finds himself a tower while all of this is happening.
Yeah, exactly. That's the main thing here. So what happens is when both teams are so scared to run into the high ground there, the Nature's Prophet can always just TP to the fight. So he's able to split push the map at the same time. You know, one of the main power strengths of the hero. Power strengths. What a term, actually. I've never used that one before.
Now Empire making a move towards top. There's going to be Illusion. Anybody else around? Dive deep, Meteor Hammer. Shotslow was thinking about throwing a Sprout. It's not really going to stop the bird. Bird will just burn the trees. BZZ, however, end up being a target here. Bit of damage thrown out here. Very careful fight from Empire.
They found the Snapfire.
And they've got... Oh! Lightless gets two. He's got the Witch Doctor and the Tiny. Now they need to get these hip supports out of the way. At least the Witch Doctor's down. And they instantly turn their attention towards the Void. And 19 is just dishing out right clicks away. The Uber service finally starts to work for Sunlight. But does he get home? Yes, he does. With 140 HP. He is away from there. And it almost becomes a fight that Empire cannot win anymore and lose even more heroes. They got the Witch Doctor with the Chrono, but that's about it.
It doesn't mean anything now. They can just just look for more on the Radiant side. This Corrosive Haze is making this Tiny and Drought absolutely rip through heroes at the moment. So they have to try and kill the Slardar first. But as you saw, he's so tanky. Like, they can't just kill him at the start of a fight. They don't have the damage output. Now the Courier's gonna die. And he's gonna go for this MKB next on the Void, but it means he's not gonna have BKB anytime soon. So yes, you're going to have the damage.
He wasn't in trouble, though. To be honest, he wasn't even in trouble there. He got a good Chrono. He got the important heroes out of the way, which was the Witch Doctor and the Tiny. So if he can just dish out more damage, like if he can kill that Witch Doctor faster and turn his attention towards the others, that's nice. Or if he gets the Chrono on the Drow, there'll be a whole different story. But the Maledict with the Meteor Hammer, they throw the Witch Doctor ulti onto Sunlight. Death Ward doing a decent amount of damage. He's still tanking the Death Ward. Taking about 200 damage from these Maledict ticks. It might just be enough. They already lost a snap, but yep, Underlord's going to live.
Okay.
That tier 2 tower's down.
You say he wasn't in trouble. That's because he went in Chrono to kill the Witch Doctor and ran away. If that's his contribution to every fight on the Void, I think Unique are going to be very happy.
They're going to be happy with that happening over and over again. And now Sunlight getting silenced up and tossed backwards by GPK. And Underlord is gone. Empire... They've lost all their games against the Underlord. They can't seem to win with it either. Tier 3 tower taking damage from Vanscore. 19 teams just sieging it from the low ground.
This Sprout doesn't work if the tower's attacking them, by the way. You can't protect your tower from range attacks with a Sprout when they see it.
Yep, BZZ is also making holes in the tree line. Granny is up again. DPK staying back. All he needs is one good blink. Seiyu is coming in very close, but can Tiny jump the Rubik is the question here, because that could just lead into more buildings falling. Having trouble getting to hit this building, even if they cut down one of the trees, but there we go.
Oh, they lift the Slardar, though.
Very, yeah, the Force Staff actually breaks it, so yeah. Well, Lightless, yeah, keeping back home now. Chrono's up.
He didn't have Chrono for that whole fight in the Void, so he didn't want to TP back. It was just pointless.
Yeah, and also undermanned.
He's going Solar Quest on the Slardar as well. I really like this. They have no, like... Whoever gets Chrono now, they can Medallion them, they can Sunray them. If the Witch Doctor has Heal on, that's going to keep people alive as well. And yeah, he really needs this MKB on the Void so he actually has some kind of damage output.
And just Drow's now getting these damage items. Like, Drow's damage output has gone up from, like... When she had Hurricane Pike, she did, like, 165. Now she's doing 264. With an Imp Claw.
She's chunky.
He's chunky, and those hits are gonna hurt a lot. Now, Paladin Sword even drops, so even better for the Drow.
Dude, this Butterfly's... I don't know about this on the Drow. Like, you know that the Void's going to get MKB, right? So
that doesn't matter. Best damage item pretty much right after Daedalus.
Yeah, obviously it increases their damage output massively, but I don't know. I feel like she can still die in a Chrono now because of the MKB.
She can.
Like, she's not massively tanky.
Yeah, she can. Like, she can die in the Chrono, definitely, if she's the focus of it.
Oh, Quiver. Give it to Witch Doctor.
Yeah, yeah. Quiver is basically like your budget Dagon. It technically does the same thing.
I also love, by the way, that the Phoenix started building a Yules, and then he got given a clumsy net.
Easy.
So he doesn't need to...
Right between 3 heroes. Sunlight uses the Pet of Malice. Idea that someone's around.
How does it feel as a Void that you're with two other heroes, you see a Slardon, you can't kill him,
Not good.
and you have to run away?
That is basically, I would almost say, a draft fault in a sense that almost everything that has anything to do with RNG, luck, and skill, and how your team fight's gonna go from there is down to you and your chrono and you pressing R. Or maybe Q and R in this case. Do you jump in aggressively with it, or do you just throw it in and save your jump when the enemy's starting to nuke you when you're in your own chrono?
Okay, so they have MKB. I think you have to win the next fight on Dire with this big MKB like reveal. If you don't, I think the game's like super hard. Oh, those trees.
But what is like Underlord's contribution to here? It feels like it's all just down to Basis Void's damage, because Rubik controls. Snapfire's damage isn't going to be scaling that much. Nature's Prophet's been going for more tankiness. Like, he wants to be the attention of all the right-clicking, but he's not. He's not the one who they want to focus.
He can taxi them out when they're all about to die.
Well, Eknart, better call the taxi soon, because BZZ's already here. Follow that car was mentioned somewhere when GPK started to chase Sunlight. And he goes straight to Eknart. And Lightless Chrono. Now he catches two inside it. He needs to focus someone. And Tiny, that's a good target to go for. Tiny's out of play. And they're going for the next target. Slardar is also dropping really low. BCC Drew losing his life here. 2 heroes down. Empire looking pretty strong right now.
Okay.
Manscore on the run. Illusion is also spreading in another direction. So is 19 Team going to the left side. And they're going to find a third kill.
Yeah, the Drow was never able to get a damage off in the fight there, was the big problem. Because the Rubik, they got the Rubik really low, but then he got caught on the far side of the Chrono, so the Drow couldn't finish her off.
Yeah. Drow was in a very awkward spot to shoot from there as well, because the fight basically broke loose here. If you look on the ground, and Drow's like, all right, who do I shoot from here? There's trees or a choke point. Where do I go from here?
You could see the difference in the damage output with when the Void has MKB now as well.
Justlo, he's found the Phoenix, frozen the silence. There's an Icarus dive still there. Late mail popped, Illusion taking some damage. Also still get the Sprout off. No, he's clicking. He's clicking A. It's like A clicking on the ground, and it's hitting the creep wave. But he's finally getting there, and Illusion is out. Sunlight is even arriving here, and here's actually GPK, who goes for a kill. Here comes Vanscore, can get some really good casks off here. He bounces off the Underlord. Underlord will be maledicted, and he's also getting hit by the Death Ward, and Shashlo finally burning his Blade Mail on. Still chasing GPK inside the tree line. 100 HP. He gets some vision with a Sprout, but here comes 19 with the right clicks, and Nature's Prophet melting to death. He's still there, but he's gonna die, and GPK lives with the regen rune he used. Eknart is killed by BZZ, and Lightless is all alone.
Yeah, really good play by Unique to fight while the Chronosphere is down. That's the only time they're going to lose fights is when Lightless gets a really good Chrono off in a fight, and he's able to hit people with this MKB. So just gotta keep slaying. They have the E-Blade on the Tiniest now. I'm surprised he's not building like a BKB or anything to try and help him survive in these fights. But if he can survive the original burst from like in the Chronosphere with an Aeon Disc, then I can see why he's going for it. And now the second Roche is up as well.
That GPK, BCZ inside the pit. Here comes 19 Teen. That Roche is gonna melt. Yep. Yep.
So basically, the procs onto the Roche ignore his base armor, but because you have the Corrosive Haze, Roche goes down to -20 armor on the marksmanship.
Yeah. And
which
also,
is ridiculous.
And also the thing, like we talked about the Butterfly, which also amplifies Drow's attack speed, also increases more procs from his ultimate, making it a better item than Daedalus possibly, because that proc is what Drow's all about. So I think at the attack speed and agility are like obviously the best stats for an agility hero, but I would say that the more attack speed, the more procs, the more damage.
You see she has a blink as well to try and get in position to stop herself getting Chronosphered, which I like actually. I mean, if she...
Yeah, it's a beautiful item pickup.
yeah, if 19 can like position himself quickly with that blink, then it will come through massively for him.
Now we have the BKB on Void. So Void can't be silenced anymore, can't be stunned up.
Nature's Prophet. Oh dear.
Okay. A freebie. Oh, BZZ also hurts really hard.
Jay, you need to go
They're going to take a fight here. Lightless tried to get the jump with the Chrono, but Drow blinks away. Illusion dives away from Lightless. They have vision on him. Eknard is also an easy target if they can get to him, but Granny's back on high ground.
I can't believe they didn't take that fight while they knew the Tiny and the Slardar weren't there. They just killed their Nature's Prophet, right? So if you just commit there with the Void, yes, they have Aegis, but you need to try and at least get something there, right? Because now you're going to be fighting 4 versus 5.
Yep, and there's still a DD for a few seconds on the Drow, so GPK will give the vision. And look at that tower just melt here in the hands of the Drow. And they're going to jump in the backline at the same time. They're going to toss Eknard to the low ground. And Chrono, no, Void gets get lifted in the air with the Yules. He doesn't get his Chrono off at all. And he's just walking in circles. He's questioning the existence of his life right now. BZZ on the run. Can't catch him. All right, Sprout. Oh, blink away. Oh my god. Fast fingers, good reactions. Now right click was just about to land, so that would have cancelled the blink and he would have died, but he gets out. What the heck just happened indeed? And now in the mid lane, Drow getting rooted up. They can't really go at her. Still has the Aegis. Will get rotted. Meanwhile, BZZ being focused by Lightless and also by Shashto. He does get saved for a moment, but the Sunray will finish. Actually, the Sunray can't keep him up there. Lightless is still trying to Chrono, but can't get it off. Another toss coming from GPK. 19 still right-clicking people away. Just walking in circles. Tries to get the silence. And Lightless forced to use his BKB. He doesn't get hit by the Gush. Now, that BKB, that's your 10-second BKB for just dodging an ability. A cookie doesn't quite land on 19. Lightless still looking for the Chrono. Gonna get tossed in the air. 500 HP remaining on Faceless Void. And now they're feeling confident on Unique. They're just gonna rush at them right away. The Mortimer's Kisses will land on top of the Chrono. Will be thrown out and Drow is inside it, but that's only the Aegis, so we still got round number 2 to go. GPK with the tree toss. And Lightless will survive with 130 HP. And Illusion is already down. And now 19 coming back into the fight as well. And it's shot flow. He doesn't have a blade mail available. He's just gonna throw in a couple of right clicks. Sunlight still chasing Drow. Drow dropping really low on HP. 600 still remaining. GPK trying to get down onto the low ground and surrounded by 4 heroes. Drow only just going to drop the Manta Illusions and going to go for a run away. Actually, Illusion Rune, never mind, not even a Manta. Tiny still tossing people, still staying alive for now. Lightless coming back into the action with full HP. And Empire. That was a long fight, but they get to keep their base for now.
Yeah, I mean, Empire played that fight really well. They didn't use the Chrono for a long time. They kind of kited the fight around, and this is exactly what they said they need to do. They need to kite the BKB durations of the Radiant side and things, and then go in and try and commit properly, right? And they find the Drow straight away with the Chrono, which doesn't look great, but at the same time, the Nature's Prophet's dealing with the backline.
Eknard going very ham here, trying to scout ahead. But the scan was very low. Nature's Prophet obviously teleported there to help him out, maybe get a kill, but Unique's heroes are already out. 19 and BZZ sitting in mid. Phoenix is now up. At those hits, Lightless, like 2-3 arrows, he's already lost half his HP.
They really need BKBs on the Radiant side, I think. But the problem is, you don't really want to build BKB because you're still playing against Void and Prophet with their physical damage.
Can I see some big plays from Vanscore? No.
Big plays on the Witch Doctor. What does a big play on a Witch Doctor consist of? It's like throw a cask.
That's the best thing. Like one of the scariest things in Dota in your early game is when the Witch Doctor he arrives from the bushes and throws a cask at you.
Yeah. Also, you saw the problem in the last fight as well, though, with this butterfly. That when the Drow got chronoed, she still just instantly dies. Like, this butterfly doesn't help her deal with this MKB on the Void at all. Yes, it increases her damage output, but...
I mean, should have Drow been there in the first place?
Well, she had Aegis, so she felt really safe. But what I mean is, now that the Aegis is gone, that's going to happen again.
Yeah, if 19 is in the front line, that will. Unless they get the really good jump on the back line. And the Empire are trying to exploit that. I think that's the only way that they can really win these fights, is if they surprise Unique from the direction where they're coming from, and keeping themselves alive, because they still have a lot of nuke on Unique, even if Drow wasn't right-clicking them down. But like they did, they found BZZ here in the topside jungle, and that's where it all started spiraling from, because Lardar was out, and then they just got to the rest of the heroes. And when's the last time you seen a Phoenix egg?
Radiant's bottom tower under
The last fight just didn't hit anybody because it was so far away. Because the problem is if he does it next to the Snapfire, the egg just dies, especially now Prophet has BKB. The problem that Unique have right now is that they've been doing a really good job of fighting in between chrono usages and making sure they fight while the chrono's down. As the game goes later and later, these windows where you can fight between chrono is, like, get smaller.
Yeah.
So now you're at this point 40 minutes into the game where chrono's going to be up nearly every single fight. Like, at least every big fight, it should be up.
Another DD on 19 team. Do they smoke up for this? Does it have a smoke? Nope. Courier's arriving. Yep. It's a smoke up. 5-man smoke coming in towards Empire. Debating illusion, but they're not going to fall for it. Smokes is still up. Sunlight taking the front. The rest of them on the high ground position. Coming in from the right. Okay, looking for a spot. Illusion bait.
Radiant's bottom
A
tower
little bit of vision there. Drow reveals herself there. Must have been a bit of an accident there with that, right? Oh, BCC misses the stun. GPK gonna hit by it, and they get the Chrono. They've got 2 guys inside it. Witch Doctor first to go out. Phoenix also in trouble. Lightless, they almost take down the Phoenix. Phoenix still has the egg available and has to use it right away. Lightless being right-clicked by 19 team, and he's gonna go for the time walk to give him a double life, but he's just taking too much damage, and 19 team will take him out of the way. Sunlight with a double druid also to GPK and BCC, and now they're turning their attention towards the Sunlight Underlord. Now Shazla with the BKB, they're going straight at the Drow Ranger, who doesn't have a front line anymore. They're killing the illusions, and now they find the real hero. No! Don't do this to me. A disconnect. A disconnect from Lightless as soon as he bought back in the game. He TP'd and we're paused at like the worst part possible. Oh my god.
That fight would have been really good for Empire if they kill that Phoenix before he gets egg off. But because he gets egg off, he has to like commit to kill the egg by time walking in.
Yeah,
but as soon as he does that, he just dies straight away, right?
You saw that instant Yules from Phoenix as well as soon as she could. So just Yules in the air and just mashed the hell out of that R button on your keyboard and just got that ulti off there. Had to focus the egg, and it was pretty much just the Faceless Void hitting it. 19 just getting free hits onto the Faceless Void, and you can dodge some of the hits with your first time walk, but then you have a cooldown, and 19 is still hitting you, and you know that, well, guys, help me kill this egg. All right, I got the egg. Okay, I died. I have to buy back. I really need to come back into this fight because this fight will dictate a lot. And Empire need to win this because now that their carry is on a buyback, they need to force some from Unique. But this fight is still going on. And as you can see, Van scores here. Tiny's got a Dagon. A-Blade is still on cooldown though. So with that Aegon, they can do a bit of extra damage to finish off any extras that they need to. But Drow is in big trouble right now. So Drow might just die. And Shashlo,
Tiny doesn't just have Dagon, by the way. He has E-Blade, Dagon, and Havoc Hammer. The amount of nuke damage he can input onto one hero with like all of these spells with Avatos is insane. It's like actually crazy. Because the Havoc Hammer damage gets amped by the E-Blade as well.
Yes. Yeah, but yeah, the E-Blade is on cooldown. Havoc Hammer is going to be up very soon, but at least the Dagon is off cooldown. So who can they even actually target right now? Well, not really anybody. But I think we forgot one thing that is happening here right now. Vanskor is channeling his Death Ward, and the cask is still bouncing on Eknart. It's going to hit Shashlo next, so these two ain't moving anywhere. And Snap might die.
On the Prophet, though.
True. That is true, actually. So does that mean Eknart's the only one to die? Yeah, it doesn't. They don't have any stuns. They don't have any stuns. That's a dead Snap.
Yeah. Did we talk about it though that this Underlord just Dark Rifted out? I don't know if you saw at the top of the fight, Slardar was hitting the Underlord, like just as next to where the gem is, and he just managed to Dark Rift out after a bash hit him. So the Slardar couldn't quite get the finishing touch off, and Underlord has a TP to get back to the fight again. So he could like even buy out for the Guardian Greaves here if he feels like he really wants to.
I think you have to. If he does buy the Guardian Greaves, teleport straight back in, doesn't that refresh the cooldown on the mechanism?
Yes, yeah, I think it does.
So he can heal the Snapfire, who doesn't have the debuff on him right now. The Snap might actually get a chance to live. I'm just hoping to see Eknard lives through this because Vanscore's throwing everything he has at him. And then there's GPK with the...
You need to let that go.
Yeah, and then there's Tiny who has Blink Dagger off cooldown right now. So if he blinks in combos with a Dagon and tries to walk out, then
the Tiny's waiting for the Void to show up in the fight again because he knows Void doesn't have BKB. So he's waiting for his next round of spells so that when the Void jumps in, he can instantly counter-initiate on the Tiny.
Yeah.
If he goes in before the Void shows, I'd be really surprised.
Vanscore's got a courier coming in because Vanscore has no TPs.
He might need to protect his Drow, though, from this Rubik. I don't know. I don't think the Rubik can kill the Drow by himself.
Might have to, yeah. Rubik has telekinesis. That's what Rubik wants to do. Lift the Drow. Drow will die. Snapfire will die. So that's a 1-for-1 there. I wish we could just watch what unfolds and cast this through, man. This is killing me. I can only imagine what the viewers are thinking right now. Like, I want to hear your speculations.
Some new casters.
Yeah, no, I just want to hear their speculations. What do they think is going to happen here?
Yeah, so basically, so we'll get to read what they're going to say because it will have caught up soon, surely.
True. Yeah, we are on a delay, so that's very true. Let's look at buyback status. Can I hide this playground because it's right on top
really
of
annoying,
oh my god, this is all right. So
if you show playground, it gets rid of it. You can see the side.
All right, well, let's do this so we can actually read this properly. So we have Vladar and Phoenix, Rubik and Underlord. 3 buybacks have been used. So Witch Doctor, Faces Void just bought back. He TP'd in, and Snapfire has a cooldown too. Snapfire can't come back after she dies in this fight.
I've got it here, right? Guys, press 1 if you think Unique are going to win the fight. Press 2 if you think Empire are going to win the fight. It's as simple as that. Oh no, 3 minutes of pause time remaining.
Ugh. Yeah, I think that solves everything. 1 and 2.
Everyone's as angry as us for the pause. Nice. That's what I like to see.
Yep.
Little do they know they have 5 more minutes of us just talking absolute rubbish. Lucky for them. Oh.
Yes, we are still paused, still waiting.
Oh.
I don't know what to say. Let's look at statues or something.
Let's rate couriers.
Rate couriers. All right. Do we do unique first? Or
yeah, sure. Okay.
All right. Let's do unique first. All right. So on the left side, we have a furry.
Let's do the one that's out the base first.
Wait, what? The one outside the base? All right. Let's jump on that.
Yeah,
we have another furry holding onto a heart bulb or something. And on the back is, by the looks of it, it is the backpack with a paw on top of it. And it's got a lot of purple on it. What do you think?
Silly
I just
furries.
zoomed into those eyes and
They have so many furries on their team. Oh my god.
I don't know. Because it's a furry, I guess I'll give this a 6 out of 10.
Okay, let's simple it. What's your favorite courier in this game? I like the chicken and the dire base.
The rabbit. The bunny.
The rabbit. Okay.
I had an unusual version. I think I spent like what 70 euros on that, but just buying unusual gems on it. All right, let's head to the next one. So I'm gonna rate this one 6 out of 10. Coming, he's back. Do we still get to continue? All right.
He's not back, guys. We see it at the top of the screen.
Dude, there's a red panda in the unique fountain. This is a 9 out of 10, or an almost 10 out of 10. Simply because it's the red panda, and you've got beverages. Probably carrying a couple green bottles for his friends. What do you say?
Oh, Dota update. It's Treasure 4. Nice.
Oh, Treasure 4. All right. We should rate those instead.
You
what do you think is
going to
be in
minus
the Treasure
30 MMR for everybody.
Wait. Does that mean he's got a... Wait. His Dota updated. That basically means he can't get into this. I think. Can he?
Yeah.
All right. If it's...
So yeah, Treasure 4 opens. It's minus 30 MMR, and it was still better than Treasure 3.
That sounds reasonable enough. And also,
Volvo, please.
you also get a signature from Gaben, right?
Yeah, nice, nice. That's ultra rare though.
Cosmically rare. All right. Well, there's an OD courier actually for Empire. I think I've seen that one before. And he's in the middle of
It looks like
Underlord
Underlord.
ulti. Yeah, they're like. Wait, that's like
Dad?
Big Brother. No, I was gonna say Big Brother, little brother. Like, Daddy.
Underlord rifts back, and OD Courier's like, "Oh my God, Dad, you're back.
Well,
You've been away for so long."
They do have some similarities, but I guess Underlord just never came back from Walmart.
Do you know what I don't like? The Underlord, when it's paused like this, if you zoom in on him, if you go into whatever mode it is,
Showcase view, yeah, I do that quite a lot.
yeah, then the mouth just moves up and down.
Yeah. I think Dazzle has got one of the
They've told
freakiest
them
one.
to unpause.
Yeah, the pause time is up. Please resume the game. Well, I mean, rules are rules. That's how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, Unique can say...
We had the same yesterday, but I'm worried about this because the fact is, if, like he says, he's trying to reconnect. If this is the real case, there was a patch. If there was like a patch, like we're in a different version now, basically he can't reconnect to an old version of the game, right?
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure you can still. I've done it before in a lobby. Unique agreed to use their pause. Okay, nice. Thank God. I don't want to, you know, even though we've paused for a long time, I still don't want to, they've said they'll wait 2 minutes. Okay.
I'm just waiting for the ones and twos to show up in chat.
Should we just start all chatting with them? Is that the play?
Yeah.
Understood.
Understood.
Ah.
Ah.
Oh, here we go. Nice.
Da, let's go. Privyet. Come on. Let's get this show on the road. So, where were we? Drow should die. GPK blinks in.
Oh, the Drow blinks out.
In the fight. Lightless. Oh my God.
We waited for that.
What? What?
The void just got like
What the hell just happened? Did we honestly wait this to happen for this long?
Void comes back and he's like, "Yo, guys, I'm ready." And they go, "Okay, go." And Void's like, "Oh, guys, I'm dead. Sorry."
I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, what a disaster, actually.
Yeah, it's a deserved victory for Unique. They will take this series 2-0 by the looks of it. Sunlight has not much to fight against. 19's waving his hand. There's nobody to high-five him. Come on, somebody high-five this man. Tier 4s will go soon down. There's no buybacks. There's only Nature's Prophet.
He just got the gold for it. They might as well give it a go, surely. Yeah, here we go. Come on. Get in there.
Give us some fight. Give us some fight.
We had to wait like 10 minutes for this. Give us at least something, you know. Oh. They tossed Tiny into the fountain.
Keep
all right,
easy.
Down.
All right. 420 gold.
Definitely doesn't
Blaze
have
it.
buyback.
There goes the tier 4. Another tier 4 melting. Tiny buys back. 5 versus 1. Not slow. It's all down to you. Ancient remaining. Gotta do something. They're not calling it yet. Come on. You gotta do something. Mortimer's kisses. Kill the Phoenix. Burn the bird that's already burning. Just. Ooh! Too late with the blade mail. Getting stunned up. There's the egg. And GG is called. Unique. We'll take this 2-0. Was about time. Oh, what a game. The game was intense as it was, but that long pause really messed everybody up. I don't think anybody knew what was going on anymore. So we're done with this one. Do you still remember what happened in this game?
I'd be honest, I was too busy flaming Treasure 3 to remember what happened before, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's a little bit disappointing. But yeah, I think they had... I don't like this Manton Void. I know why he's gone it, but like this Underlord just didn't work out for the game overall. Like they were so reliant on this Nature's Prophet making the rotations around the map because the Underlord was just shoving out lanes and the Void was just farming the whole game.
Yeah.
So this Nature's Prophet doesn't have another hero to play with in the game to make plays on the map. So GPK's just running around killing everybody, and Underlord's just pushing out waves and jungling, you know? That's the difference between the two heroes. So, unique, well-deserved 2-0 in this series. They played much better overall.
You want an interesting statistic that I just grabbed up by looking at the previous game's Dota buff in this one?
Yeah, go on then, hit me.
19-teen, 52 KDA.
Wow, did he die across the whole
0
series?
and 0.
Wow, what a player.
52 KDA into 2 games in 1 series. 14-0-15 on Sven. 11-0-12 on Drow. So yeah, hands down. I can only clap to that. That was brilliant.
Yeah,
like,
that was
good. Absolutely sick. Empire just couldn't get the game rolling for them.
I mean,
they were struggling
Empire
in
go
so
0
many.
6.
Yeah.
Over 2 days. It's very sad.
Honestly, all I can say is I guess we also need a break here. That long pause kind of did mentally destroy us there a moment. So we're going to gather ourselves up. We're going to give you an entertaining next series as well, as we always do. But stay tuned. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with our next series, which is going to be Viking GG versus Khan. So stay tuned.